First things first, I think probably the biggest topic, biggest team for the international break, England, doing terrible. They've gone at least 450 minutes without an open play goal, which, by the way, is the worst run in 22 years. So what's going wrong? What's happening there?
I think it's the I don't know if it's the players, it's the manager. I mean, this happens all the time though. Like you always hear from the English fans, they're like, "Oh, Southgate's got to go," and then they do well in big tournaments. So it's like I don't know if it's just them not playing the occasion or they just want to chill out. I'm not too sure. I didn't watch the game, but I I think it's just tactically they're not great, and that goes down to Southgate. But at the same time, I think they'll be okay for the World Cup because I think they're going to show up for the big occasion and they'll be fine. I think they'll make a run.
If England doesn't do well this World Cup, I think Gareth is out. Gareth is gone.
Yeah. With the talent they have,
I think he should be. Oh, dude, well. he's wasting. Like I'm okay. I don't want to say wasting yet, but let's say they don't win. Probably they don't win the World Cup, or they don't do well in the World Cup. They don't go far. I mean, Southgate's wasting a golden generation here for England, and they're not getting any younger. All the star players are getting older. Harry Kane, Raheem Sterling, they're getting there. I mean, we can as far as I can tell, we can rely on Harry Maguire there. So I think that's good enough for me.
Oh yeah, 100%. When I look at the England squad, I think of Harry Maguire and only Harry Maguire. I think he's a solid center back in the back. You know,
I think he's the one player that England has been able to rely on through this horrific run.
Mm-hmm. In that Euros, when he stayed on the pitch that whole game, I was like, man, this man is a solid in the back. Not when Declan Rice came out. No. When Harry Maguire stayed on the pitch.
Yeah, exactly. But okay, like
if you're being honest though, like the defense isn't the problem.
No, it's the attack.
I mean, like the thing is though, like okay, I was reading somewhere someone was saying like Harry Kane, Raheem Sterling. I don't know. You could whoever you want to partner with them three. Sancho, Foden. Foden was partnered last game. Rashford, anybody else that partners with them too, because they're like the main two, right? The main two up front, and then you can partner anybody else with them. But
Bowen.
in training in the practice squad.
Hey, don't forget him. He's still on the team. He's a West Ham product. He's still on this team, all right? You can still get checked.
My point is, they're playing five at the back when they have some incredibly good midfielders and attackers. Harry Kane is. Should we say it? Should we say second best player in the Prem? We can say it. So
second best player in the
Prem.
Is delusional Spurs fan mindset. That's where it came from.
Well, not really, but it's
okay. On just you just talked about Jared Bowen. I don't want to.
Hey, you can't forget Jared Bowen. He's a part of the team. He can get in the mixer too. I mean, it might be the 90th minute, but like he can still get in there. Show him some respect, all right?
Yeah, change the game with 2 minutes left. Yeah. So
down 4-0 to Iran. You know how it is.
What I'm basically saying is five at the back. Let's be completely 100% honest. England's center backs aren't their strong suit. They're not terrible. I think John Stones is very good. Tomori, who isn't starting, is doing very, very well for AC Milan. I think Max Kilman's getting a lot of praise over at Wolves. I can vouch for Eric Dyer. He's not world class, but he's been very good. I don't want to cover Harry Maguire because, well,
Harry Maguire.
I feel like he hasn't been the problem, but he's definitely not the solution. Let's just put it that way. But like, why do you gotta play three center backs, man? Like Kyle Walker at center back as well. Like, why do you gotta play three center backs when you have Declan Rice and Calvin Phillips and Mason Mount's been poor for England, but everybody's been poor for England. So
Mason Mount, Jude Bellingham.
Jude Bellingham. There you go. Literally the best. They're going to be one of the best players in the world in a few years. He's been incredible.
I mean, what do you think of running a 4-2-4 formation for them in terms of just having the attack up front? Because they have attacking abilities, so might as well make sure they have all the best attacking players possible on the pitch in one moment, And then also you have the depth, not the depth, but the quality in midfield. Like Declan Rice can easily cover, and Calvin Phillips can easily cover the distance they need for the midfield to recover.
You do, but that puts a lot of great midfield players on the bench. You only have two options up there, and there's way more than two starting potential options for England. So I don't know if you want to waste
but
that.
when you're struggling to score, I mean, might as well send everybody up there. We're so professional. Anyways,
it's a skateboard going by. It's not my fault.
I mean, when you're struggling to score, I feel like just chuck everybody up there. You might as well try something different. I feel like with Southgate he doesn't try things differently. If that makes sense, he just sticks to what he thinks is best, and sometimes it's not the
stuck
best.
With it.
And sometimes
for a while.
Yeah, sometimes it works out. I mean, the Euros, it worked out pretty well for him. I mean, they lost to Italy in the Euros, and they lost to Italy again in the Nations League.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, you just got to try something new. I mean, this is a time to experiment before the World Cup. So, not just my opinion. I mean, the only thing I see him having a difficult decision with making is their goalkeeping position, because there's so many good goalkeepers in England right now that it's hard to figure out who wants to be the number one. That's hard to do, but that's his hardest decision. Every other decision he has to make on the pitch is easy. He's just not making the right decisions on the pitch.
That's fair.
I mean, I think just he's stuck with this tactics and information for so long, and I think this is being extra harsh, but someone pointed out while England did make the World Cup semis, they did have an easier run than the other side. You could go back and look at that. I'm not saying it was obviously like they had to get there. It was still a difficult run, but it was easier. They didn't play France. They didn't play Belgium. They didn't play Brazil. They didn't play any of the heavy hitters. But they still got there. They were beaten by Croatia, but Croatia were a good team. And then they made it to the finals. But I don't know, man. You see what they've been doing the past few games. I don't know if Southgate's the one to even do it for this World Cup. I really don't.
The thing is with that is it went going into the Euros. People are saying, I don't know if Southgate's ready for this. And the first game of the season, not the season, but first game of the Euros, English fans were I don't know if he's cut out for this because of the players he selected. But I think they'll show up in the big tournament. I think Southgate might not get the team tactics right in terms of the right lineup, but I feel like the players will perform and rise to the occasion. I mean, the last World Cup, if you want to use the argument of they didn't face quality teams, it's the World Cup. Every team rises to the occasion, especially when it's the knockout rounds, because that's essentially what you played your whole life to do, is play in that World Cup. So every team rises to the occasion. So every game is a hard game. There's no easy games. But I think they'll show up in this upcoming World Cup. I think they'll probably top the group. That's my opinion. But I think they'll rise. I think they're struggling at the moment, but I think they'll get their group.
But you don't expect them to beat the other favorites like Brazil or Argentina or.
I mean, I think
you put them up against that.
I think they could hold. I mean, they lost to Italy. Yeah, they're not in the World Cup, but they're still a good team. It's only 1-0. They're still a good team. You can't say Italy's not.
But look at the past games. They were beaten 4-0 by Hungary. They drew 1-1 with Germany. They lost 2-0 to Hungary on this return leg, so that was at home. Hungary has been, by the way, really, really good. I think they topped the group. But
topped the group, yeah.
Nonetheless, England have not looked good at all. At all. Ever. Did they even win a game in the group? I don't think they did.
I don't.
I want to say they didn't in the Nations League group. They haven't won the game yet. So
I'm not sure.
I just don't. I don't know, man. I don't think they have the form and they have the quality, but they don't have the togetherness right now to beat the best teams and try to get that World Cup. Because if you want to win the World Cup, which don't get me, that's the most prestigious award in football. Everybody wants to win the World Cup.
Yeah.
And if you want to win the World Cup, you got to beat the best teams, and you're not going to be able to beat a Brazil and Argentina. I don't see it happening.
They did not.
They didn't win a game yet.
They played one game. Yeah.
Yeah.
They played tomorrow. Who are they playing?
It's Germany.
Germany. Yeah.
Oh.
I'm throwing it out there. I put this on the podcast notes too. Mourinho to England, taking over when Southgate's gone, and he's winning the World Cup with England.
I mean, if he does win the World Cup with England, is Mourinho the best manager of all time?
Ooh, interesting.
If he wins a World Cup, is he the best manager of all time? Or is he
I
up
think it's
there
hard
as
to
one
say
of the best?
best, but up there. Well, he already is up there.
I mean, like, wait, Elijah, why do you think Mourinho's winning with England? Tell me why.
It's Mourinho. That's
But
my
this
only.
isn't
That's
this
my
isn't
only
prime
argument.
Mourinho. This isn't prime Mourinho. This isn't Mourinho of the
It's always prime
2010s.
Mourinho. It is always prime Mourinho.
No, it's not. No.
No.
Prime
No.
Mourinho was winning the league.
Diego saw Mourinho.
Don't get me wrong. I love Mourinho. I think
Sorry,
he
I had
is.
to.
He embodies the sport at some of its best moments. But Mourinho isn't at the level he used to be. Let's be honest.
Mourinho
100%.
doesn't
Hey.
win with Tottenham, and Diego all of a sudden says he's not prime anymore. It's not the same Mourinho.
Look at what.
Hey, remember, no, international football is different than club football.
That's true.
You don't have to worry about signing players. You just pick the best players available. So it's like you don't really got to worry about the whole.
That can make it easier or harder. What if you don't have the right players?
Yeah,
then
true.
you're screwed.
I'm only speaking from FIFA career mode experience. So. So I'm just saying, it could be easier, it could be harder. It just depends on the manager.
This is the quality of topics of discussion we have here. Our knowledge is from FIFA career modes.
Yeah.
Holy smokes!